While the election today, at least for the nominations for president, don't really seem that exciting because we know it's going to be Trump-Biden. There are other elements of the elections taking place today that I think are super fascinating, namely the current race to fill Dianne Feinstein's Senate seat in California. And I was shocked to find that the one Republican running in that race is actually leading in the polls, Jordan.
Is California going red?
Well, I mean, one might think so until they do a little bit of digging and find out that the one of the Democratic candidates, the one who's performing the best out of the Democrats, Adam Schiff, basically propped the Republican up to the point where now the Republican, Steve Garvey, is beating him in the polling. Okay, so you have Steve Garvey at 27%, Adam Schiff at 25%, Barbara Lee is all the way at 8%, and Katie Porter is performing okay, but really it seems to be a race at this point between the Republican Steve Garvey and Adam Schiff, the Democrat. And this was very much intentional based on a strategy that Schiff carried out. Do you want to give the audience a little information about that, Jordan?
We might have millions of people watching this show, but you can be the difference maker because we just need 1% of our audience to be paid members, and then this show can be around forever. So you can make that difference. Click join now.
Sure, so yeah, he propped up former Dodgers first baseman Steve Garvey. I think also to kneecap the two progressives. I don't think he wanted to go into a general against or runoff against either Katie Porter or Barbara Lee. And it looks like you're saying, Porter was outperforming Barbara Lee, which breaks my heart because I love Barbara Lee. But that's a tough race. If it's Porter, she's really popular.
Yeah.
She's great. She has all of these clips from her last couple of years in Congress, holding CEO's feet to the fire in congressional hearings. She's got a good campaign. She's not taking corporate PAC money. That's a losing battle for him in a debate or in political ads. Going against Garvey is easy. That's an easy win. It's a layup.
I have to say, I happened to suffer from really bad insomnia last night, so I watched the debate among these California Senate candidates, and the debate was shocking in how terrible it was. And I don't blame Adam Schiff in not wanting to run against Katie Porter, once this round is over, because Katie Porter, I'm gonna be honest, was the only one on that debate stage who seemed very, very prepared and like out for blood, like she's ready to fight. Steve Garvey said nothing of substance in that debate at all. It was like, okay, do you actually have a plan? You're just making like vague statements, lots of platitudes. I'm sad to say that Barbara Lee did not seem prepared in that debate and she was stumbling throughout. So I'm sure that didn't help her in the numbers that I just shared with you. And so I do think in the end, it's gonna be between Adam Schiff and Steve Garvey. And out of the two, just based on what I saw on that debate stage and what I know about the two candidates, yes, I think Adam Schiff is the better candidate and I hope he wins. But I wish it wasn't between those two. I wish it was between Adam Schiff and Katie Porter.
Well, and it shouldn't be for a couple different reasons. First of all, the jungle primary system is supposed to give you like the best of both worlds. We shouldn't have in California a state that is definitely gonna go blue, a Democrat and a Republican. There's no need, the Republican's not gonna win. And we're also such a, at least in some ways, liberal state that we should end up with the most representative people, but instead he's figured out a way to sort of game the system, and I get why he's doing it. I'm not even that mad at him. It's a great strategy, if it works and doesn't result in Steve Garvey getting elected. And instead we're gonna get him, who is very popular on the national stage. I'm sure that people who watch Bill Maher, probably big fans or whatever, and he's done some good stuff or whatever. Like I'm just saying, he appears on Bill Maher a lot and everything, and he's on CNN and he's on MSNBC in a way that Katie Porter is not. Katie Porter instead is in committee hearings, getting stuff done. You called her prepared. I think that if you were to apply one word to her, it would be prepared, and she delivers. And I think while she's not like a rabid leftist or anything, I think she's more representative of the direction that California is going. Certainly young Californians. It would be great to have a leader of that sort of Democrat in the Senate. Instead, you'll have Schiff, a guy who I'm sure will comport himself with outward dignity and not rock the boat and not really accomplish much, I assume. Maybe he'll give a good speech when they try to like, put Laura Ingraham on the Supreme Court under Trump's second term. I don't know, but it all feels like so by the numbers and like it's so dirty and you know what you're doing. And I'm sure every other centrist Democrat is like, yes, Nancy Pelosi's like, it's just such a great strategy. It really is. But come on, you know what you're doing and we should be better than this.
Okay, so look, I think that it is like, if it's between those two, I do think it's likely that Adam Schiff is gonna win, but I'm curious, do you guys think that there might be a possibility that Garvey could win? I mean, when we look at California, yes, we think of like the most populous portions of California where the majority of voters are Democrats and are gonna vote for the Democrat. But there are huge portions of the state that are very much red, like deep red.
I think he's gonna have so much money. He can raise money. He has that national profile. Every Democrat knows who Adam Schiff is because of the stuff that stands he took against Donald Trump and everything. I think that when you look at the fact that in the polling right now, Katie Porter's only like a couple points down to Adam Schiff. I doubt many of the Porter voters are gonna go over to Garvey. He'll pick up most of the Barbara Lees as well. Virtually all of the other candidates other than Garvey, all of the support's gonna go to him. It might. Look, I could be wrong, I almost always am, but I think it could be one of the most dominating Senate wins of this cycle.
All right.
Or it could be for Katie Porter or for Barbara Lee. That's the thing about a state like California, but unfortunately it's Adam Schiff.
Yeah.